Warning, this video is for educational purposes only. Please be aware of phishing attempts online and stay safe out there. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I funded myself with one Solana to try and run it up, and this is going to be a series. So we're currently sitting at 18.4. We're just going to be documenting everything. I do stream it sometimes, and if you guys need the cheapest and fastest platform for trading Solana meme coins, I'd highly suggest looking at AXIOM. AXIOM will be the first link in the description. You guys get an extra 10% fee discount just by checking the first link in the description. I know you guys are probably sitting at one Sol or $50, but have to build your portfolios. It can be either from conviction trades, from scalping, from swing trading, from smart signal / wallet tracking plays. That's why I always provide my Discord server, which is free to join. It'll be somewhere in the description. As you guys can see, the VC is active. We have the wallet trackers here. As you guys can see, this is the list. Boom. How many wallets? 300 wallets to track. You don't have to track each one. You don't have to copy trade them, but see what coin they're buying. Do quick research on it, and that's your coin. Take this video as the last video you'll ever watch on YouTube. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, what's up guys? So here, I'm just speeding it up. I want to show you how conservative I am making my first trade. Of course, we only have like 1.5 Sol, so I want to make it count. And you know, here I'm just scanning, I'm being conservative, I'm waiting for tweets, anything that looks obvious. You know, in this market, it's so PvP, and you want to be in and out on coins. Take 20-30% scalps. That's how the market goes. But yeah, so what I was thinking is I have 1.5 Sol. Let me do 1 Sol and try to get 20% scalp or 30%, 40, 50%. That way I would build my balance up to 2, and that way I'd be more confident with 1 Sol apes. Now with low caps, you know, if you buy a low cap at 5k and it dips down to 3k, you only lose like what, 15%? Whereas if you buy a coin that's 90k and it dips down to 45k, that's minus 50%. So I'm trying to be conservative here. I'm trying to look out for new pairs. I'm looking for something obvious. As you can see, I'm just taking my time. Nothing crazy yet, until I found like something like this. Alright, so we found a trade, and this coin is called typing. As you guys can see, there's already a derivative called printing. So I said, okay, wait, there might be derivatives of this coin. So if you know that this can be like made a meta, you always want to bid the main runner if it's cheap. So here I'm looking, yeah, okay, there's printing and there's typing. It's bonding right now, as you guys can see. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait for the radium dip once it bonds and potentially bid 1 Sol. As you guys can see, a lot of wallets that I'm tracking are buying the derivative. So I'm like, okay, maybe the main one does well. And you know, I took a risk because this could have been bundled. This could have been like controlled by one person or controlled by multiple people, and they probably want to like sell or clip. As long as top wallets don't clip, then you know, if it's bullish if top wallets don't basically sell. So here I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for it to bond. You know, I basically just sniped it. Also looking at the Twitter monitor just in case for any plays, anything that pops out. As you guys can see, there's a lot of derivatives. There's printing, holding, running. So I like, okay, this is the main one. This should at least do something, right? And don't worry, we have a lot of like scalps. We have conviction holds. You know, this video is going to be packed, so make sure you guys stay till the end. Boom, my sniper goes through, and I got like bottom on that, 44k, and I'm up already 20%. Here I'm like, okay, I want to take the scalp here. But as you guys can see, there's a tracked wallet also aping 4 Sol, 4 Sol, 4 Sol. Once again, if you guys need these tracked wallets, join the Discord down in the description. Here I took 25% just to secure some type of profit, you know, low port. And I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I recommend you guys starting with 3 Sol. With 3 Sol, you can basically take 3 trades. Or if you have 1 Sol, you basically take 3 trades. 33%. You buy a coin, you have a 50% stop loss, and you have 3 trades. Let's say each of those stop losses hit, you only need 1 3x to become profitable. Think about it. This is the best advice you're gonna get. Anyways, so here I got clippy, as you guys can see, up already 0.2, and I still have 0.2 in, clipping 25% out, you know, just in case the chart does go up and I clip on that. But yeah, here I said, all right, I'll leave a little bag just in case, but at the same time, you know, 0.2 is 0.2. Anything helps to build the port. I'm trying to be as conservative as I can with this market. You know, Solana is not doing the best itself, so it's a volatile market. Everyone's rotating, but as you guys can see, like once you just bid the main runner, catch it early, okay, goes to 100k, that's already 2x, 500k, that's a 10x. So here I'm like, okay, it's doing pretty decent as well. I would have been up 2x, but that's fine. You know, I don't want to buy more. I don't want to FOMO in because I already made my profits on this coin. I know that I said you have to bid main runners, and that is also true in this scenario. As you guys can see on the top right, there's a coin called CZ4 Incher, and in the bottom left there's Vitalik. like 12. So here, I'm basically trying to get in early. Maybe it runs, maybe it doesn't. And this meta was really weird, bro. Here, I saw a tracked wallet buy. I was like, all right, let me get in as well. It's 12K, it's 10K. The max I can lose is 50%. And as you guys can see, volume starts picking up. Dev already sold on this because it's dev independent. It's a dev independent project. And here, we scalped it for 0.4 profit. So this is what I mean. You can find derivatives, scalp it for profit. This eventually did bond as well, but scalping derivatives, as you guys can see, the main runner is also dumping a little bit, so the derivative will also dump a little bit. But this also ran 400K, the main one. As you guys can see, I didn't get in because it was like got bought by someone. It ripped to like 15K instantly. And this is the one I was in, 27K. I could have made at least 2.7 SOL, but that's fine. You take your profits, you move on. And this was actually the end of the day. You know, I was like, all right, this meta, you know, it's a weird meta. So I just hopped off and we called that day one. So here, I also want to be transparent. Look, I did see a tweet here. It says, Alberta wants to become the 51st state. I thought this was a really good narrative. You know, I bought in after dev sold, but for some reason, I got cooked. Okay, so here, I saw this coin, you know, they were on the spaces, Twitter spaces, and you know, they were pushing the coin. They had decks paid. People, the top wallets were holding, which was also bullish, and I wanted to go in for like a quick scalp, you know. So here I am, I'm just holding. I'm hoping, you know, they say these bullish stuff, they don't FUD, they don't make people sell. You know, this is a narrative, kangaroo with strawberry, and as you guys can see, it dipped, but you know, I was like, all right, I'll just hold, I'll hold. It's kind of holding up. It's showing some support at 60K, and I got top filled. So here I am, I'm just basically waiting. Any candles, and I said, you know, 50%, I'll take the loss, but as you guys can see, it's just showing support, showing that it's ready to break out. Obviously, if I could, I would have gotten that 50K entry, but it'd already been up like 20%. Here, I'm just basically waiting for it to break out, because look, no sell pressure on that coin. So if there's no sell pressure except buy pressure, then it's only going to go up, right? So that's basically my thought process here. The tracked wallet, I was watching Abe as well, Crypto King. I checked this guy's P&L. Okay, this is a decent wallet, you know, probably knows what he's doing. Already up 20% here. I was like, okay, this is good. Remember, I do stream, so I think I was talking to chat as well, if you guys hear anything in the back. But yeah, the narrative is kangaroo with strawberry hat, you know, it's like 3 metas in one coin. You know, they were pushing it in the Twitter spaces, some big buys as well. Eventually, all coins go to 0 as well. You have to keep that in mind. So never marry your bags. Always scalp or always take profit once the coin goes up. Even if, you know, you miss out on $1 million, you'd rather have made guaranteed 300K, right? Think about it. Build your portfolio over time. Sure, you can hold a coin if the narrative is really good, but here the narrative isn't the best. So, you know, I didn't want to marry the bags. You know, I'm just waiting for one more wallet buy basically before I take anything out. You know, I'm getting greedy, which is not good. It's not good being this greedy, especially when you're up profit. But yeah, I was being greedy, which I shouldn't have been, because small port, you have to cut. It's relatively early. Even if the coin goes a lot higher, you never know. Like, you can never mark top on any coin. You can never mark top and bottom. So the volume here is kind of slowing down as well at the same time. I'm always looking at volume. I'm looking at the buy orders. I'm looking at the holders if they're clipping. You know, you kind of have to take an educated guess as well. And here we just full clip. We took the 0.3 profit, especially after the 0.2 loss. You know, this was really helpful for the mentality. This is all psychological as well. People are gonna sell at 100K. People are gonna front run that sell. Maybe sell at 80K. Maybe it breaks 100K. It goes to 150K. There's gonna be a psychological level there as well. So, you know, I just, you know, quick scalps, boom, 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 I'm out. And that's our P&L as well. But yeah. All right. So here we're basically looking for any play. As you guys can see, the market is so slow. And I saw this Chinese kind of name. You know, when you're scanning, looking at the screen for like a couple hours a day, you just know, and you can see the volume. You can see the TXs on the left of the coin. As you guys can see, the TXs is 30. I'm like, okay, wait, people are bidding this. This could be good. Dev is still holding. I don't think, yeah, Dev sold. And I was like, okay, Dev independent coin. Let me get in. And look, I'm like, okay, it's getting some traction. I haven't seen like a coin similar made to this. And, you know, I was like, all right, I'm getting too greedy here. You know, 0.4 is still 0.4, but it's still getting some volume. People are bidding it, except other than the 6,000 market cap coins, this one is getting traction. You know, it's a cute, what you call that, hedgehog. I post CA just to work for my bags, you know, maybe give it a little pump before I sell. And as you guys can see, it's just, you know, it's not really moving that much. And I did round trip a little bit of profits. Here I try to, you know, work for my bags even more. Okay, nah, this it's just getting cooked. So here I just like, okay, I'll just take the 0.36, and that's profit, bro. You know, with the slow market, I'll take it. This is how you build your portfolio, man. I was thinking of bidding again. All right, so now we're around 3 sol. I did take another scalp play, but we're just gonna have to fast forward that. I wanted to show this play. This is why I love AXIOM. This is why you should be using AXIOM. Remember, AXIOM will be first link in the description. As you guys can see on the left side, Make America Rich Again. And there was a coin literally created here. I'm like, okay, Dev holds 12%. I do not want that. So once Dev sells, I placed an advanced Dev sell order for when he does sell. And as you guys can see, oh my, look at that entry. I'm like, okay, I'll take 25 here. Maybe it pumps again. Okay, I could take another 25 here. Tracked wallet bought. And as you guys can see, it's kind of slowing down. It's probably because of the volume, dead hours. You know, it's not ripping. It's not going like too crazy. Someone holds 5%. That's probably why. You want to always make sure holders are distributed nicely. 3%, 4% is fine. I'm round tripping here. Tracked wallet bought again. Yeah, it's just, you know, I'm thinking this could rip, but I'm being a bit too greedy here. And I just full clip here would take the point profit. All right, so here I'm just reading through the news. There's a coin created about it. There's a lot of volume on it. So tracked wallet is already in. And, you know, it's not really a good thing to blast up here, but I kind of believed in the coin. You know, maybe someone else would buy another tracked wallet. You know, I didn't like how it was moving as well. And boom, I'm like, okay, I don't really like how it's moving. I'll just take out on the next pump. Boom, I'm out, 0.3 profit. That's scalping, you know, instead of, you know, I don't know. So it was moving weird anyways. So I just did. Once again here, tracked wallet bought. I'm like, okay, let me check the narrative real quick. It's a famous TikTok goose, unfortunately passed away. And as you guys can see, the owner is also baddie. So I think that's why this kind of ran a little bit. But look, as you guys can see, another tracked wallet bought. This guy's a really good scanner. You know, the holders as well, there's someone holding 7%, someone holding 5%. It's not the worst. I mean, it is kind of bad, but as you guys can see, they're both clipping. And I wanted to hold this because, you know, it's a goose. The image was, I think, appealing to most people. But, you know, for the challenge here, I'm like, okay, we're already up 2x. We're up 2.2. It's getting a lot of volume. Boom. Clip 25 here as well. Also, sorry if it freezes. It's from the stream. I downloaded this from the stream, so we're gonna have to voice over it. Clip another 25, just so we don't round trip. We want to take profits as it goes up. So here we're just gonna speed it up so you guys don't get bored. But as you guys can see, another tracked wallet, more tracked wallets. Okay, this is gonna bond most likely. And here I'm just getting clippy, just in case I round trip, just in case this goes straight to 0. But as you guys can see, I'm just selling, I'm selling. Fortunately, here we round trip. All right, so here, another tracked wallet play. I'm looking at it, okay, waffle. I feel like, you know, it's just a waffle. It was funny. This would catch Dejan's attentions. I mean, so I'm just looking, okay, one red candle. I'm not too scared. Only 11% loss. You know, I can handle holding. And boom, a tracked wallet ape. And this is the thing, like, you don't have to always trade these new pairs. You can trade conviction plays, AI coins, animal meta, or animals, or whatever. Or you can scalp new pairs, look at about to graduate, bid, grab 1% of a coin, maybe it goes to $1 million market cap. Here, tracked wallet is getting clippy, but here I'm like holding a little bit because I kind of see the narrative. It's just a waffle falling over. Another tracked wallet. I'm pretty sure all these tracked wallets are just tracking each other and just copying each other. So I'm just basically trying to front run them. Boom, big buy. Okay, I'm just gonna full clip here. Once again, I'm just trying to build the portfolio. I think we got that top lick. We made 1 sol off that. Here, another play. You know, I caught it. I saw volume. I'm like, okay, I'll buy. Unfortunately, Dev didn't hold too much, so I just bought in. And I front ran the tracking wallet. Here, I clipped more here. I didn't like how it was moving, but literally pumped as soon as I sold. I would have been up like 3 sol, 4 sol, but you have to take your profits. This is the market, man. All right, so this coin, I got in as soon as Dev sold. Basically what the narrative was is because there was a Grok meta, and basically, you know, Grok coin went to 30 million. I'm just bidding the derivatives, getting the quick scalps in. And here I'm just being a little bit greedy. Maybe it pumps, maybe it doesn't. And I caught this from being active in the Discord, you know, being in the VC. This is why it's important to have people around you. This is why, you know, you don't have to necessarily join my server. But here I'm just showing the token, you know, basically giving more eyes on it. The more eyes, the better. But this is the narrative. If I ran a Ponzi scheme, I'd call it Grok's collect gains, promising exponential returns. Is that not bullish? Come on. And coins are made every day. Like coins like these made every single day. Boom, a tracked wallet bought. Once again, I'm being a little bit greedy here because I built my portfolio. We're at 7 sol and I'm taking a little more risk. I know this guy doesn't scalp, he doesn't farm his copy traders, so I'm like, okay, let me at least take initials out on this. Don't want to sell in a red candle, but we take it on the green candles. He bought more, which is more bullish as well here. Initials out, boom, clip some profits as well. We have an 8K entry, big dump, probably top holder. That's not good. If top holder clips, that means, not holding. The top holder isn't even bullish on the coin that he's holding. Now we're just speed running through me basically, going up 9 SOL, going back down to 8 SOL, going to 7. Sometimes even, like, I even went to 5 at one point, just by trying to trade news, trying to trade tweets, trying to rate what's called front run narratives. But this is the reality of trading. You can sit here 12 hours a day and not take one single trade, but yet that's probably your best trade of the day. But this is what you need to be doing. This is how like people get better over time. The more you trench, the more you know, and the more you know, the more you make. So yeah. So your network is your net worth. This is why I'm saying, like, you have to be active. You have to be trenching every single day, because one day it's gonna be another Tuesday, and you'll probably hit $1 million realized. But yeah, so this is just the speed run of me, just 9.7. So no, but don't worry, we run this up though. We run this up. This is just a summary of basically what happened 4 hours. But yeah, Elon's phone number by Grok. This was a pretty decent narrative. It was Grok meta. So basically, I'm just bidding the derivative, trying to scalp, even though the main runner is at 10 million market cap. Like, all right, we'll buy it. We'll buy it at floor. It doesn't, like, you don't lose anything if let's say if you're the first buyer. Let's say you're the only holder. You bought at floor. You don't lose anything. So the risk to reward ratio is always there. The upside is unlimited, like the reward upside. Whereas the downside is you only lose like what, $1 or $2, or like 10%, 20%, or you make a 20x. This is meme coins, bro. You're trading news. You're trading what's good. Like, look at those candles. Boom, 25% clip, 25% clip. We're locked, bro. Money's to be made every single day of the market. Doesn't matter what SOL is at. SOL is at $8, you make a lot of money. Copsy trades every single day in the bear market, bro. Why do you think this guy made 5 million? Why do you think Rat Wizard is up there as well? This guy's up here like 24 hours, bro. You guys see them trenching. Whether or not with copy traders, like, look, 7K entry. If the narrative's good, it will run with or without you. Your network is your net worth. Keep that in mind. Once you guys quit, or once you guys give up, that's when you lose. I want you guys to become successful, man. This is why I created a Discord server. This is why I'm making these videos. This is why I do it. Everything for you guys. I want you guys to become successful. Now, I know it may be hard. I know it may take some time, but everyone has their own journeys. Keep that in mind. All those successful people you see on Twitter had their own journey, and they went through the same exact phase as you did. The difference is they never gave up, and that's your sign to keep on going, by the way. So stop comparing yourselves and start building your portfolio, start trenching, start believing, and you guys will make it. Once again, the Discord is down, link in description. If you guys need trenchers, you guys need help, it's free to join. Everything is free. Like, the opportunity is in front of you, and it's for free. All you have to do is put in the work. Sure, maybe you lose some. You could have a 1% win rate and still become profitable. That's the thing in this market. That's meme coins for you. That's literally meme coins in one sentence. 1% win rate, you become profitable. Nothing more I can say, really. This is all in your hands now, not mine. I try my best to give you guys as much information as I learn. I try to pass it down, and I try to document it on YouTube, try to journal it, try to make a Twitter account, start documenting your journey. Maybe that'll help. Connect with people, start learning, start looking at new pairs. Look at the screen 12 hours a day. Why do you think all these gamers are making $12,000 a day? They're looking at the screen 12 hours a day. So yeah, every single trade you take is money to be made. Money's to be made every single day, no matter what the market is. Solana could be at $8 and you'll still see people trenching 24/7. So yeah, it's in your hands now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.